Greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is Manning's Man, and today we have a next big one lined up for you. Today we have our NFL in 10. It's not actually 10 minutes, right? It's not 10 persons, but we'll be covering all the games. And so today's show we will have G Star and Chris Lynch as usual. And also we'll be having yours truly, countryman. You know him very well. He calls himself the NFL guru. But before we get into our show this morning, I want to share a couple of things with you. First, I want to say a big thank you to the sponsors for this particular video. Trick Nick Cooks, right? Trick Nick Cook is located in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. They sell everything you need for your jerk. If you're jerking chicken, you're jerking pork, you're jerking rabbit, you're jerking fish, you're jerking alligator, whatever it is. They sell jerk marinade, jerk paste, they sell curry for your curry stuff. If you are a top chef, you need your product. If you are a chef, you need your product. And if you're just a cook, you need your product to add something special to all your meals. All you have to do is visit them at www.tricknick.ca. It is also pinned in the description of this video. And you use this code I am sure sports 001. That is I am sure sports 001. That is one word all together. And when you use that code, you get 25% discount on all products. So let me tell you a little bit about Tricknick Catering right here and right now. Here we go.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce. Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
So check out Trick Nick for all your jerk barbecue stuff. Yeah, man. Also want to big up all the persons who are tuned in from very early. You'll be getting all your tips, your facts, and your analysis on the upcoming games. Yeah. Yeah, man. So big up and bless up to Fresh God, one of our modifiers. He's already moderators, sorry. He's already here. So big up Fresh God. Good to have you. Big up D Madre as well already in the house. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love and the support. You know the regular drill, people. Once you're marching, you hit the like button. You share the video. You let others know that the show has started. Right? We have a couple of shows lined up for you today. Right? And I want to remind you of them. As soon as this show is finished, we'll be having a show. We'll be interviewing a reggae boy who went to the World Cup in 1998. His name is Dean Sewell. If you know Constant Spring back in the days, he played for them. So he'll be on the show with us today. I mean, we have tomorrow, we have Roderick Reed and some young superstar who will be interviewing. And then on Friday, we have the teacher, Lenworth Teacher Hyde. Yes, people. Lenworth Teacher Hyde will be on the show. I am telling you. Come. Yep. Come next week. Yep. Come next week. We'll be having Lenworth Teacher Hyde on the show. But this is not my show. This is the Chris Lynch and G Star and Countryman show. And so they are here. So I'm going to ask them to come on now and join me on the stream. There you go. Yeah, man. Gentlemen, welcome.
Morning, morning, Countryman.
Pleasant good morning, sir. Morning, Mr. Manning's man.
Yeah, man.
Morning, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, sir.
Everybody doing well this morning?
Giving thanks.
Giving thanks. All right. Listen, the show is yours. You know, we don't have, I know G Star is going to be jumping on a little bit And I mean, so Chris Lynch, it is all yours, my friend. Take the lead. The man camera looking so bright. The man look brown now. I mean, normally the man come on in a country, man, and the man is looking dark and thing, but the man has some new gadgets that he has. Oh, it's
Technology,
yeah.
technology.
Demodrate is morning in Jamaica. It's still morning in Jamaica. It's not afternoon. Yeah, man. So
Same
people,
here.
there you go. All right. So go ahead, Chris Lynch. Where we start this morning as we discuss the NFL?
Yeah, obviously, countryman want to look at the Brady game was the first game last week. We'll look at the games that played last week, week 6.
Okay.
Wasn't too much upsets, basically. Games they go accordingly, and the games that were up in the air, they basically probably a lot of people would get them wrong. The Bills, I would say, but we start with Brady. He had an easy weekend. He had countryman 5 touchdown or 4?
4, I think. Five.
5 touchdown, yeah.
Yeah.
The GOAT, they call him. It was a magnificent game. It's not as close as the scoreline say it is. It wasn't that close. I watched that game. It was a Thursday night game, and Brady showed why he's the GOAT.
As you said, the GOAT, hands down. But he was Romano. He keeps getting people's expectation raised to different levels as to his performance. A 44-year-old quarterback, and he's as a matter of fact, I think the team that he has lost 9 starters. They are having injuries issues. So if they can be performing now and winning like that, what says when all those starters come back and he has a full strength squad lined up, he's going to be pretty tough heading as we go along each week.
Oh, man, don't have nothing to say on NFL, country.
Oh, he knows it's not. It's kind of harsh to hear man don't have nothing to.
Hey, listen, I have one thing to say. The Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson get into the Super Bowl. That much I know. But he has been balling, but yet you're not there yet. So when I get to that game, I'll talk. My Giants not doing well.
But the next game we'll look at that I think went the Jaguars.
No, that was toss that it kept moving left, right. I couldn't understand.
It was a seesaw game. You're right.
Miami, the Dolphins needed that win so much. And to come and lose that game at a last second kick. I mean,
it wasn't last second kick. It was a play before that where the coach. I thought they made I think the Jaguar coach made 2 brilliant plays. I think the play before that, just how he ended the game. Because I watched that game. I think it was excellent coaching by the Jaguars coach. The play calling was very, very good for them to really come back into that game. So I have to give the coach credit. I watched that game and I'm saying, whoa, this man can coach.
Yeah, Urban Myers, he's a rookie coach in the league, and that's his first win. So you have to take chances. He doesn't have the best squad to work with, but he ended the Jaguars long running. I think the Lions now suffered. I think they are the
0-6.
Yeah, they went 0-16 in 2008, and they're not looking so really good at the moment.
Well,
but it was a good win for the rookie quarterback and the first pick of the draft, Trevor Lawrence. That is first win.
Why is the Lions suffering year to year, like as an organization like that? What is this?
It's just typical.
Stafford, and they traded him and gotten Goff. And it's the same scenario over and over. Why? I don't get it.
But this is the reason why when we discuss the GOAT conversation in quarterbacks who go all over the place, because we know that a quarterback alone, you need help.
Which is you're certainly correct in that respect.
That's why the Cardinals are looking like this big Super Bowl team now. Because once you saw Hopkins went to the Cardinals, it's obviously that Kyler Murray has help. Yeah. And you need help as a quarterback. And I think the Lions, they need to put a team together.
But it has been year to year to year with futurism for them. I notice fans are suffering big time there, and they keep going to the games trying to see if this year will be the year that they come out of the doom, but it seems as if it is a continuation of pure darkness for them in that respect. You understand?
Yeah, you're right. The next game though, we see the Vikings beat the Panthers.
Yeah, I saw that one. That is the next organization that is, you don't know if there's a contender or a pretender in terms of the Vikings, because 1 week there are 2 games they are good, and then there's a regression in respect to that. You understand? So the Panthers are having a quarterback issue as well. They haven't steadied on to say who is going to lead them to the promised land. So that is the next organization that is on the rebuilding, as you might call it, in terms of seeing where they will be. So I have them as not a contender, but as a rebuilding mode.
Yeah, it was a good win for the Vikings because it wasn't a home game. They went to the Panthers and steal one, so now they are 3-3, and that must give them some confidence. They have a very difficult stretch coming.
The Panthers have not yet replaced Cam Newton. Maybe they should not have gotten rid of him because they haven't replaced. Why did they do that and they can't replace? This is the thing I can't understand with some of the like you get rid of Cam Newton for no apparent reason, and you have not replaced him in like 3 seasons.
The thing about the Cam Newton decision though is that it's just a decision, man. It's a tough one to make because he has so many injuries. You're really trying to move on. You think he's not that guy again, and you're trying to move on. And I think that's the direction they went in. It's basically a gamble.
Because I think he had shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
So that was, you didn't know how he would have come back from it for a season going forward. So
yeah. So why not keep him and then draft a lower end quarterback then, hoping, and then if he doesn't recover, that's the thing. Because I'm saying that you have not replaced him.
Yeah, but you see the money that you pay these quarterbacks in it goes against the salary cap. So you don't want to have a quarterback that is
not playing.
You're paying so much money and he's not playing, and you don't have there's up in the air as to whether or not he will be your quarterback going forward. See, he went to New England and he took his baggage with him, and they, based on the fact that he says he wasn't going to be taking the vaccine or whatever, I mean, has that aspect to it. And you know that man Bill Belichick, he don't play with players. So you just say, boy, it's time for you to go. So I
know he's vaccinated.
Up till now, no team has signed him, even though I hear that Seahawks call him in and is looking forward to see whether or not they're going to sign him. So
he got vaccinated.
He got that done. Yeah. So now it's up to the teams now to see who will take him going forward. So I have Seahawks are in the forerunner for that. So let's see how that how that goes.
The next shocker, what was supposed to be a big game but turned out not to be so big, was the Ravens defeating the Chargers.
That boy Lamar Jackson is
as expected.
Beast. No, not it's a beast, Chris. Because the Chargers were playing very well. You have to give them that they are playing very well. Rookie, our young QB,
sophomore,
yeah, but they had they had looked like they had bought into his leadership, and he had won, I think, 3 games straight before that. And that when he ran into, I never expected it to be that of a blowout in respect of Lamar. Because remember, Lamar they were saying is a one-man show, which he is, but he has been getting some helps along the way.
But not only that, I think. So hold on, Christian. I think with Lamar Jackson, I think what he has added, he's staying in the pocket a little bit more than usual. So he's
people are saying it's a runner, right, and not a pocket thrower.
Yeah. I think because his pocket throwing has gotten better, it has added to his game, so it put more pressure on the defense. Now they don't know if he's going to throw or if he's going to run, which is what I've always said. Once he adds that to his game, it's going to be because his running game is so. I think of all the quarterbacks in the league, no, he has the best running game. All right, he's not the best thrower of the ball. But if he gets that going, I think he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks. I always like quarterbacks who run like the Michael Vick, these guys who always like to run with the ball. I find it more common with the African American quarterbacks
The
who have
one
played
downside, the one downside to that doing a management man is that you get
hits.
here you go. So you
Yeah,
don't want to lose your QB like that. You understand? And I think that's right. Presently is the leader for the MVP at the moment based on what how he has been performing.
yeah, but the defense for the Ravens, Lamar didn't need to do much. He basically only threw for 167 yards. That to tell you how good the defense and the running game was. Because what the Chargers definitely conceded is that they weren't going to let Lamar run.
Uh,
So they really focus on that. But the Ravens defense really turn up. The Justin Herbert didn't have much time in the pocket. Whenever he comes on the field, it's basically a 3-0.
3-0 and he's
Yeah,
out.
he's
Yeah.
always getting off the field quickly because he can't really make a first down throw.
And he has to be running
Most
for
of
his
his throws
life.
went like inside 10 yards. Cannot make a first down throw because the defense just played so good. And I think the Ravens, if they continue down this path, this might be a year when Manning's man will be happy for the Ravens.
Finally. And
Let's
Lamar
see.
Jackson has been getting a hard time. I think at one point they were rating even Deshaun Watson over him
Who's a good quarterback doing a Manning? Deshaun Watson is not.
yeah, he is.
Well, speaking about Deshaun Watson, with the debacle in Houston there, you think a team is going to take him with all that baggage that is around him presently?
A team like Miami, I think with any team, he's a franchise quarterback for sure. And I think it's going to be any team that take him, it's going to be in the running again for as a Super Bowl contender because he's that good of a quarterback.
So what are you doing?
I see a Dallas fan just try to pop into the whole thing that the MVP.
Tell that fan as what Stephen A. Smith said with the Dallas Cowboys. You know, if it's going to happen, it is going to happen. So there's somehow the Dallas, although I must give
it is not going to happen.
No, as he said, but they are going to prove him wrong this year. You understand? But they are looking very much on the up and up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the Rams, this month, Manning's man Giants. Manning's man is a New York man in a country, man.
I had to go over to Baltimore. I don't know what's happening with the Giants, man, and the Jets. I don't know.
No, the New York fans don't have anything to cheer about at the present moment. Neither from the Giants' perspective of the Jets, and they keep changing. They keep changing managers. They change QBs. They change coaches. But up till now, they cannot. I think from Manning, the same Mr. Manning left. That I hope it was your relative.
Eli
left the Giants. They have not, that was changing QB after QB, but they haven't gotten, that person that they said figure are going to lead them to the promised land.
But the Rams are a good team. They were in the playoffs last season as well. I think they're a better team than the Giants, to be fair.
And they have awesome defense.
Yeah, and they had one of the better defenses last season.
They have awesome defense, so they will tear apart any team if you're not properly prepared for them.
Yeah, and the Giants didn't help their cause when what's his name? Jones is going to throw 3 interceptions in a game like that. You cannot help your cause. And
Barkley, what's the name? Barkley, what's his name? Barkley.
Shaquille Barkley got injured as usual.
He's injured again?
Yeah, he's injured. I mean, as usual. I don't think. Listen, I personally think like when the team is losing, he doesn't want to play.
Oh, okay.
That's
Daniel Jones. You can go ahead.
That doesn't show much team unity in that respect, because not only alone when you're winning, you want your quote unquote superstar to be hugging the headline. You have to be there when the downs are and to lift up the team in that respect.
Yeah, Daniel Jones basically threw three interceptions, so that didn't help because when Matthew Stafford on the other hand is completing 22 of his 28 passes he attempted, so it was a good game for Matthew.
I think he's breathing a sigh of relief from leaving out the Lions and coming to a team that is is able to be winning and winning on a consistent basis.
Next, one-sided affair. Colts against Deshaun Watson less
Houston
Houston
Texans.
Texans.
That one was a okay. I know the Texans organization is in shambles at the moment. I mean, you don't know whether what is going to be happening, and then it trickles down into the running of the team as well. But that performance from them was nothing. I mean, I don't think the man should collect a paycheck last week in that respect because there was nobody showed up. Nobody showed up.
Yeah, only managed to score a field goal.
But I think they even made off how many times they made a first down in that game. It was a number that you never want to see from an organization. So I don't think this week they were going to look back at that game. I think they were just going to shelve that game, and the coach was going to say, okay, that you can't look back at that tape to find out because nobody showed up. So what he does, put that in file 13 and then be able to put all interest in the upcoming game.
Well, Carson wins. This is a type of game that these quarterbacks enjoy. Coming up against these awful teams. Carson wins that is as a good game to lead his Colts to a 4-2 record.
And you know is that even though he has been around the block a couple of times, he's a very good quarterback. And as a matter of fact, it was injury that has curtailed his progression. But he has been there always with the Eagles and stuff. He was a good quarterback there and then. So he knows what time of day it is. But I don't know what's going to be happening down in Texas there, but it's not good.
Yeah. And the best quarterback at the moment, well, not based on play, but based on talent.
Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes. He went up against the Washington football team, and it was a good sighting for the Chiefs. If you're a Chiefs fan, it was a good sighting because at least they play a little defense this time. Not against a good Washington team. So they still have a lot to show us that they can really play defense. And we know that they're going to get points. If they get it going, they're going to put points on the board. But can you stop other teams from play? That's the big question. And they ran away with this one. Mahomes frequently throwing interceptions. I don't know what's going on with him. It seems like he's just doing. This is not like it's first and second year in the league where you just do anything and it works again. Everyone now seems like they're up for him, and he keeps throwing touchdown. It's like a every week thing.
Interceptions.
Yeah, interceptions. Always be throwing interceptions every week.
3-3 for the Chiefs is not something that I would have. If anybody tell me at the beginning of the season, that would where they would have been. Obviously, you return. I mean, the core of your players last year. You have I would say one of the best tight ends in the league in Kelsey. You have a beast of running back, and you have a wide receiver there that is it is one of the top 5 in the league. I don't know if the play call, the offensive coordinator is doing a good job with Mahomes, because I can't see why he should be struggling when previously, even though teams videoing on what you were doing the previous year, but you had that core of players still. The playbook has opened more in that respect, as you said. It's not a 1 year or 2 year quarterback now, so the playbook has more been open. So I find it strange to see the Chiefs sitting at 3-3, and they are, like you say, struggling at the moment in their conference. And I don't see, I don't know what is that in there. It was a good win, because I mean, they say every time you win, it suits what sort of irrespective feelings you were having. So going forward, and let's see how it does. But as you said, that quarterback, they're saying he was the heir apparent to Tom Brady, but he's not playing as that at the moment. So let's see going forward what will happen.
Go ahead, Manis.
No, I see this Dallas Cowboy fan keep putting in that Trayvon Diggs just intercept I Am Sure Sports stream. let me just let me just remind you, Dre, anyway, though, that this is the Dallas way. The Dallas way is to do good in the regular season. It has always been the Dallas way. Until you can get to that second round of the playoffs, then we can talk about Trayvon Diggs and Dak Prescott and America's team. Until then, please hold your peace. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I think countryman just to finish on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Mahomes not getting much time in the pocket again, So his
Yeah.
offensive line not really giving him the support that he needs. He needs a little more time, and it seems like he's rushing to get the ball out of him man most times. And they are covering Tyreek Hill somewhat and
and and
Kelsey, who's
and
two
yeah.
players that he likes to go to.
And Kelsey has not been looking good from the playoffs last season and even the Super Bowl. Kelsey has not been looking good. I think they should have made some addition to their offensive game, and I don't think they have made quality addition. When I look at, for example, because if you and I go to the finals and I add quality, I beat you and add quality. You have to add quality if you think you're going to get back there. I think for the Buccaneers, to give them credit, they have added quality to both ends of their team, and they defeated, you'd say, a half healthy Kansas City Chief. But that means that if both teams were to go back to the Super Bowl again, if that were to happen, you'd have still have to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the edge because they have added quality, and I don't think Kansas City has added enough quality to their offensive line.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, Mannings and Chris. Normally, when a team goes to the Super Bowl, and even though they lose, the QB normally buys the offensive lineman some watch, give him a gift to say for protect him during that course of the year. Apparently, that it doesn't seem as if Mahomes went and and sued out and said, "Thank you, gentlemen." So that
Gonna
is
go shopping.
yeah. So that is a reason why I know, as I said, Chris is not being given the time to be afforded the time to make the throws that he normally would be accustomed to. But even so, I figured the offensive coordinator, he has to call better plays for him. Find out, uses his strength and utilize it in a way that you can see that you can zoom in on him to say, okay, either the pocket or whatever. But he has too much skill sets in order for them to be just 3-3 as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, losing against the Bills and the Ravens is not something big of a deal. A
Which
lot
is
of teams is
true.
going to lose against those two. So they basically lost two games that, if you
and, and,
ask
and, and,
me,
they, and they lost in Buffalo to the Bills. I believe it was an away game, which most teams normally lose in Buffalo.
Yeah, but again, remember, gentlemen, early in the season, they were talking about the Chiefs at what stage they would have lost the first game. So they were saying, yes, they were saying that they were going to be like 4-1, 5-0. Nobody were anticipating them to be 3-3 at this juncture. So it is not no cause for panic, but at the same time, it is cause for concern as to how they are playing at America. And as you wisely have said, the defense has to step up because they could not stop. It's like going to be a shootout each week for them versus any team, which is a no-no, as you know.
yeah, then Aaron Rodgers, and next quarterback, they having the good conversation. Basically, showed the rookie how to go about business in what is basically a derby, that Chicago Bears versus Green Bay game. Countryman.
Yeah, and I saw where at the end of the game, Roger said to the crowd that he owns them. He
Yeah.
continues to owns them, so they weren't fun. They weren't pleased with it. But that is the next organization that because I thought whenever we lost the first game of the season, it was going to be a downhill for them.
Especially
Because
what
of
happened
the
in the
off
off
season,
season.
remember the
Yeah.
off season debacle what they had with him saying, "Boy, he's not coming. He wants to leave." And I figured more or less that they he was only going to show up and not be him. I mean, that bad man as Stephen A. Smith said normally says he is. But he has stepped up and they keep winning because they're what 5-1, I think. Yeah, 5-1. So he's winning and he's always been complete enough getting adding the pieces for him to be a major contender. But somehow I think the weather in Green Bay is not a place where a lot of players want to go and play like in December and January. So I figured that is why he's not getting the pieces that he wants to, so that he can always be in contention.
Yeah, it was a regular show, and I basically watched that game. It was a good game from him. The Bears went ahead with a touchdown, open drive, and
Yeah, and that was it.
yeah, that was basically it until in the third quarter again. But Aaron Rodgers, obviously, like I said, countryman, he wasn't going to stifle his career.
Yeah.
That's how normally these great sportsmen think. They're not going to stifle their career in the wake of trying to stifle the organization that they play for. So it was just time that he would have come to the party, obviously, and he did that from the week 1 game. Just brush that off and show his quality now. And now he's 5-1.
I think so. I think you're right, Chris Lynch. I think the stats are so important for him. He's known as like if there was a goat for the regular season, Aaron Rodgers is a goat for the regular season in the NFL. He dominates the regular season. I think he has to prove himself more when it comes on to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I think that is where he has fallen way behind, like Tom Brady. But if you look at the regular season stats, Aaron Rodgers is up there with any of the great ones. But something happens in the playoff. Maybe he doesn't have enough quality around him. And I think that is his problem. I think he keeps complaining like, listen, the team is good enough to get to the playoffs, good enough to get to second round, probably good enough to get to the Super Bowl. But as long as I stay here with this group of players that I have, that's it for me. And this is not my ceiling. But I know it would have been difficult for him to move because he's not going to go to a team on similar level with Green Bay. It has to be a team that he believes he's going to get the quality addition to challenge for the Super Bowl. And I don't think he saw that. I don't think the organization saw that. So they just decide, listen, let's just stick to it for one more season and then we go from there, which is, I think, nowhere because this is it for him for me. I don't think anybody is going to invest any sort of money in him next season, in my opinion. And Green Bay may not want to keep him.
I think he's showing good quality though, man. There is going to be teams that's after him because just like Tom Brady showing that he can still play at that age, I think Aaron Rodgers, if he has a good season this year, obviously he has somewhere again to play in the league. With quarterbacks like Rodgers, quality hard to find. He has a team waiting on him.
All right.
He'll be snapped up pretty quickly. I can guarantee that. But I don't think the organization is going to release him. I mean, just like that. And then, like I said, I don't know if it's because of the weather situation in Green Bay there. Players don't tend to want to gladly rush to play. I mean, to go to Green Bay. I find it over the years they don't. So it's rare when they do find one or two players that complement him, but then for a consistent basis, no. So it's interesting to see how this one plays out because I know anytime they start to lose, they start because it's a guy, Tom, he always try to, puff up and do those sort of stuff. So let's see what happens going forward.
The next game was the Bengals, a next one-sided affair. The Bengals against the Lions, the horrible Lions. Bengals basically win out 34-11. 34-11. What do you think about that game, country?
It was predicted because they call them the woeful Lions. No bite, nothing whatsoever. Interesting, they said that they got the worst of the trade in terms of Goff because they were thinking that trading Stafford and getting Goff, they would be in a better position, but it only shows that the team is woeful and irrespective of who goes there, unless it's a wholehearted change, you're not going to get anything more from them. So as I said, they were 0-1. They didn't win a game last year.
I think they win. I think they win a game.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. I mean,
but in 2008 they did win 0-16.
It's gonna be when will the Lions win a game this year? Because it is not. I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future, based on what is happening up there. And I don't know the owners and the fans how longer can they endure this type of woeful I wouldn't call it mismanagement, but most will display from the team. So I know heads going to be rolling in off season again, with a coach again. So let's see.
And then we saw the best team in the NFL. A game that was supposed to be a basically a shootout. It didn't turn out to be that. Kyler Murray, Cardinals versus the Browns.
6-0. It was 6. They are 6-0. But that team, the Cardinals, have it has surprised most, well, if not a lot of folks, in respect to how they are playing at the moment. I remember when they drafted Murray, they were saying he was too short, and he would not be able to
see over the pocket and all of that.
Yeah, but he has proven to be a lethal both with the feet and with the arm.
A next man type of player. Very, very swift. Very swift.
Difficult to get to him. So when you figure that you have him, you have him out of the blue, here he comes, and it's like he takes off, and that's an added dimension to the Cardinals game. So it's going to be it's interesting if the defensive coordinator start to zoom in and, like as you said, to take away one aspect of his game to see how the Cardinals is going to be able to continue winning. Because at 6-0, nobody saw that.
Yeah. People G-Star has joined the stream.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, G-Star, what the Cardinals and Browns. I picked that I think you got wrong because you really want the Cardinals to lose one. So
he picked the Browns?
Yeah.
If I remember good, I think so.
Now remember, I picked the Browns because I thought that Baker Mayfield would have bounced back and show more leadership and, show more star ability. But the Arizona Cardinals went up and down on that defense when they needed to, when they wanted to, when it was necessary. And it was pretty much a murderation. I mean, the Browns got a Hail Mary at the end of the first half to make it seem like it was respectable. But at the end of the day, the Cardinals were dominant offensively and the Cardinals were dominant defensively. And so a quick thing what Countryman was saying, Countryman, you can say woeful mismanagement for the Detroit Lions. You're right. Woeful mismanagement for the Detroit Lions.
Right. Going back to the game with Baker Mayfield, I know he has gotten injured because
he got injured in that.
Yeah. But there is something that core players, that group that they got, even on defense where it was bolstered. And everybody figured now there would be a major contender for this year. But something went awry, and then somehow they can't put it together to be the team that people expecting them to be going forward.
Let me tell you something, but defensively, it's hard to stop great offenses in the NFL, and they got it together. You have to say the Cardinals got it together. And the defense, who did they play before that? The San Diego Chargers? They couldn't stop a nosebleed before against the San Diego Chargers, right? So defensively, it's hard to stop great offenses. Basically, that's why you want a great quarterback, because you want the quarterback to be able to be in that shootout as well. And I'm saying that's my problem with Baker Mayfield. When you need to get into a shootout, when we need Baker, when I say we, because I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, right? When we need Baker Mayfield to step up to the plate and be a star, he's shown that he's ordinary, right?
I think Odell Beckham dropped a first down for him, though. That could be a turning point in the game, and Beckham basically dropped a soft one for him.
No, he did. Odell has to catch that 10 out of 10 times. Absolutely. But when you fight, when your vibes broke, like let's just say I can bring it back to basketball for a second, where you're in rhythm and you're getting your shots where you should get them, right? Everything is nice. But if you're not now and you're out of rhythm, and then you get a wide open shot thinking that, okay, this one's going to go down, because you're out of rhythm, you really miss a wide open shot, a shot that you'll normally make. For me, I think Odell is kind of out of rhythm and he's lost a little bit of confidence because Odell Beckham is a top 5 receiver in the NFL and he's looking like a scrub. He's not looking like a scrub because of lack of talent. He's looking like a scrub because Baker Mayfield is unable to get him the ball.
Yeah, but you must
In my
also
opinion.
remember, coming back off that injury, that injury, but that operation that he did he
Was
did.
it torn labrum?
Yeah, so it's going to take him a while to get back in that, and then it's confidence again. Because remember, irrespective, once you have that injury, you're not that 100% right away. So it's going
Countryman,
to take a while.
countryman, I've been watching Baker Mayfield since he was a rookie. This is not no. I watched him all of last year. If the Browns played 16 games, I probably watched 14 of them.
Okay.
Trust me, Baker Mayfield, he's not a bad quarterback, but he's not a good quarterback.
Good quarterback.
He's an ordinary quarterback, right? And it's just the NFL. In the NFL, you want your quarterback to be a superstar quarterback. You want the Kyler Murrays, you want the Justin Herberts, you want the Patrick Mahomes, the Aaron Rodgers, etc., right? So it is what it is. Congrats to the Cardinals, 6-0. They have a top 5 defense, a top 5 offense. Chandler Jones, JJ Watt look good. Secondary looks good. So the Cardinals are looking good, no doubt about it. Are we a believer in them that they're going to win the Super Bowl? Or they're going to get to the Super Bowl? Are we a believer in the Cardinals? Not yet. I'm not, at least. But, they're doing good.
The second OT game was a good one. The people's favorite team, the Cowboys and the Patriots.
I thought the Patriots gave away that game. I said that Dallas didn't win that game. The Patriots gave it away. I don't know who did the last 3 calls for near to the overtime there. Whatever made that play call, it was a boarded call, So, but I have to give it to the as I said, the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, looking good. You can't count him out until the final whistle, and I've seen it 5-1. So you have to, as you know, there in Texas there are Cowboy land. They're saying that this is the year because they're Super Bowl bound. I saw where Michael Irvin had it out with Stephen A. Smith about it, and that Irvin went as far much as to say, like, this is it. Of all the years he has seen the team, this team that they have put together is the Super Bowl bound. So, as Stephen A. Smith said, what will happen will happen. They're going to make that mistake. So let's see when it happens and when the infighting starts there.
All right. Countryman, please don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. When it comes
No, I said I did not listen to him. But the record shows Chris Lynch.
Yeah.
Here when Stephen A. Because I saw him lighting up that cigar, waiting to say, yeah, there it go again. But I said to him that he was out because we are on the same page. I said, put that cigar out, it's not going to happen. So said, so done. You understand? So it was a situation. But G-Star, the Cowboys, they always shoot themselves in the foot.
In recent years, in the Tony Romo years, but this looks like a different Cowboys team. I mean, let's be real. Cowboys are one of the teams that I dislike from a long time because I'm a Randall Cunningham fan. I'm an Eagles fan them time, right? Okay. Randall Cunningham is probably one of my favorite QBs, right? So, but this year though, you have to give credit to the Cowboys. You have to give credit where credit is due. The Cowboys look excellent offensively and defensively. The youth Trayvon Diggs again gets another pick 6. Defensive player of the year. If he does nothing for the rest of the season, he probably still is player of the year, not even half of the season gone yet. I remember, they haven't got DeMarcus Lawrence back. But I was saying, to my brethren, I get, if he's listening, this is what Bill Belichick does. As much as I say Tom Brady is the man and has been the man, Bill Belichick is also great. Just like I rate Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan, I still rate Phil Jackson, right? Bill Belichick he did it again to keep them in the game against the Cowboys. And let's face it, there's a player named Nelson Aguilar, right? If he catches that ball in overtime, the Patriots probably win the game,
Yeah.
right? And third down, that's a big drop. And Philip fans know all about Nelson Aguilar dropping the ball, believe me. So I give credit to the Patriots. What do they call it? It's not a moral win league, right? There are no moral victories in the NFL really. But the Patriots are now 2-4. I think the Cowboys are 5-1.
Yeah.
Can the Patriots make the playoffs here on in? That the schedule gets easier. But credit to the Patriots for fighting. It was a close game. It was a good game. But credit to the Cowboys as well for getting it done.
And the Raiders bounced back from what was a big scandal with their former head coach and beat the Broncos and Teddy Bridgewater.
Chris Lynch, we got this one wrong.
That one was a debacle for me because I thought with all that was happening within the organization, the team would not have been ready for that game. But a little bit I do that the special teams coordinator or the special teams coach that has now been given the mantle in Raiderland, he was well respected or is well respected within not just the organization but within the NFL as being a no-nonsense person. So what he did was like actually got a grasp on the situation right there and then. And I was surprised as to the result because they really took it to the Broncos.
Yeah, Derek Carr, the quarterback, had a good game also. So it was basically a bounce back from what we see against the Bears that they lost against the Raiders.
Yeah.
It was a good game from the Raiders, knowing what's happening at the organization and all of that. I had the Broncos to probably go and steal this one, but they couldn't do that. Derek Carr said no.
Yeah, with you, Chris Lynch, basically the same thing. I thought the fact that the Broncos are playing at home, that they usually play much better at home. But I went with the Raiders first, I went with the Raiders first, and then I switched the pick. I'm like, okay, Denver's playing at home. I ain't go with Denver. But when I really take a stock, I'm like, boy, do I really believe in Teddy Bridgewater? And at the end of the day, gentlemen, Colin Coward, he put a stat down for the last week that went by. There were maybe like 14 games or 13 games. How many games there were, right? And the better quarterback won every single one of those games.
For all those games that was played?
Every single game that played.
Yeah.
The better quarterback won. So, for instance, you may say Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson are close, right?
Yeah, but you have to give the edge to Lamar.
Yeah. And you can say in that game, Lamar Jackson played the better quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So getting back to the Broncos versus the Raiders. Derek Carr is probably a Pro Bowl quarterback this season. That's it. Derek Carr is
been
second.
good.
He's second in the league to Tom Brady in terms of passing yards. Derek Carr is balling. And you know what? That kid Darren Waller, excellent tight end, right? And the wide receiver Ruggs and oh gosh, I forgot the white guy's name. Big baller though. Big baller. Plays well. Reminds me of Cooper Cup. They're almost like twins. But so go with the better quarterback. That's what I should have done. Go with the better quarterback, right? And the better quarterback is Derek Carr.
Doesn't work each week though,
No, you can't just go with the better quarterback every single week or every single game. But when in doubt, go with the better quarterback.
Okay. And then the game was in Denver and Broncos land. And the weather conditions as it were, up there as a breathing and stuff. So that was
I like Denver's defense. I like Denver's defense a lot. Right? But yeah. I didn't watch the game, so I can't really say everything as to what went on. You know what I mean? I just said, boy, just go with the better quarterback in that instance.
Okay.
Seahawks. The third OT for this week and the final one OT game was the Seahawks versus the Steelers.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Special Edition. Yeah. I think it's Hunter
Intro. Yeah.
Hentro or something like that.
The
Um,
with the steel with the Seahawks. Remember, Russell Wilson out. Um, I gave that game to the Steelers. Because when you lose your quarterback, like a quarterback like that, like Russell Wilson, it's like you have to recoup, redo, rekindle everything as it pertains to that offense. So for 1 week to come back and to play the Steeler Nation or whatever, I did not give them that game. So kudos to them. They fought, came back and whatever, and then tied it up and then got the win. But I did not see that forthcoming in that Steeler game.
all right, and then yeah, Russell Wilson wasn't playing. You know how that go already. Um, Big Ben, it shouldn't have been that close.
That close. Shouldn't have.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been that close, but it was. TJ with some great plays. Geno Smith making the bonehead decision in overtime. You can't really fault him. He's trying to make a play, but that's kind of what Geno Smith does, or that's what he's known for in the NFL right now. The Seahawks are in trouble. 2-4 in one of the toughest divisions in the league. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers been leaking oil. Ben Roethlisberger, they're saying that he should hang it up, right? The running game is not what we think of the Pittsburgh Steelers from Jerome Bettis and Franco Harris and all those players. They're not the running team that they once were. So at the end of the day, it was basically two teams that kind of going nowhere, in my opinion. And yeah, and the Steelers got it done. Again, they needed though. Again, they needed. I think they were 3-3 now.
G Star, you probably need to sign out and come back in because what happened? It seems
Yeah.
like you get
All
a
right.
call. You get low. Yeah, country, but
All right.
you say you expected the Steelers to win that one.
Yeah, and then, but as I to bolster the Seahawks organization, remember we were talking earlier, and I said that Cam Newton, that sent for Cam Newton to see if they can that he will be the quarterback going forward. But then Ben Roethlisberger, I know that they asked him to come back because they didn't have any QB going back, so they asked him. But with his wear and tear and age at the moment. And as a matter of fact, they weren't expecting him to play now because he had gotten hurt the previous week in that game. So for me. I thought it was amazing to see that he had when he came out and was playing the game, and then he got a hit again.
Again.
Fernandez. Yes, so I figured once that would have been, but as you said, that's a tough individual, tough QB. So he came out and he battled back and forth, and that was it. So I don't know. I think they gave that game away. As that's what I'm saying. Is that a game that the Seahawks won? They were given that gift as far as I'm concerned, and that is only through a wrench knowing that the coach up there, coach for the Steelers, because every week they're saying that this time he gives it up or whatever, need to change the new new coach up in Steelers. But interesting to see going forward. He keeps throwing up each year. The coach, the owners seems to have him. Have the confidence in him, and he keeps coming back. So let's see what happens. But I thought that game was the Steelers to win, but kudos to the Seahawks for pulling out that one.
Yeah, it was a good win for the Steelers. But there's Mr. Special Edition Countryman. He's saying that Seahawks
See,
need Colin Kaepernick.
I don't think Kaepernick is going to be returned to the league. I can't see it.
I think that's
I
dead.
don't see it
That's
happening. I don't
basically
see
a
it
buried situation.
Huh?
I think that situation is buried.
Yes, man. I don't see him. I don't see. And then I saw where he tweet something that each week he works out, anticipating a call. But I mean, it's not happening. I don't think it will happen.
Then the basic the Derrick Henry Titans versus the Bills.
That one was a humdinger. That game, I mean, as the analyst, the commentator was saying, you can corral Henry all you want, but the one chance he gets, He's gone. And they had him until bam, bam. But then you know what's happening as well. The Bills weren't making the best of their situation going into the red zones. Every time they went down there, all they came back up with was 3 points and 3 points. That cannot work. And the one hit that Derek Henry went, bam, 7-2 in 7. And then from that, it was dreamland for them in terms of trying to curl that cube, that running back.
Yeah, I basically think that the Bills gave away this one. I think it should have at least been a fourth overtime game this week. At least that should have came out of this game. And if the Titans went and win it from there, then they did. But I think basically the Bills gave away this one.
I concur with you in that respect.
Yes,
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm big Zach. All right. I picked the Bills, honestly, but I did say Derrick Henry can win against anybody, anytime, anywhere. That's just he's that guy. And I must say, for me, I don't think it's close. Him being the best running back in the league. Some may say Christian McCaffrey, but Christian McCaffrey cannot do what Derrick Henry can do. Neither can Zeke. I think
somehow
is
reminds
nice,
me of
but
Beast
Saquon
Mode
never
that was in Seattle.
No man. Beast Mode is good, but he ain't no Derrick Henry. Trust me, Derrick Henry is 250, 6'3", and his top end speed is like 22 miles an hour, which is as fast as basically almost everybody in the league. He's an absolute beast, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's a beast.
Yeah, man. He's a beast. I didn't like how the Buffalo defense played. I was very disappointed in the defense. They had the number one defense going into that game. But as I said, whenever you have a top offense, I don't care unless you have an all-time defense, it's not going to matter much. You just have to try and contain them, which they didn't do. The Tennessee Titans went up and down the football field on them. Tannehill got hot late. Julio Jones got hurt in that game, I think midway through that game, but AJ Brown was cooking. Tannehill was cooking in the end, and then Derrick Henry was absolutely cooking. So, saying all that though, the Buffalo Bills had a chance to win 4th and inches or 4th and a foot at the 3-yard line. You have to get that first down. At the end of the day, if you want to be that team, you need 1 yard. You need to be able to get 1 yard. That's just how it goes. And hopefully, the Buffalo Bills use it as a learning experience. Because I like the Bills. Hope they use it as a learning experience and fuel. That in times like that, it comes down to execution. You need to be able to execute.
I'm still in awe as to that catch that Julio Jones did. The catch that Julio Jones made. I'm still in awe as to that catch. I was just like, whoa, did he really do that?
That's what Julio does. Hey, and Chris Lynch, off a keep track of the picks. Let me get a quick pen. Hold on there. Sorry, I have to keep track of what we did.
The Bills. Yeah, country. So tomorrow is the first game, Tomorrow is the first game of week 7. That's why G-Star ran for his pen, because tomorrow we're now going to make predictions and help people to win some money. I think we did very excellent this weekend. I think I only get the Ravens. I get the Ravens game wrong. I went with the Chargers. I get the Bills game wrong. And I think I got the Raiders. So I probably was somewhere about 10-2. Some 10 and probably 11 and something. 11
yeah,
and,
we're going to put it down on paper. We're going to put it down on paper. We're going to actually keep track. After this week, we're going to keep track of all the picks to see, who is the best picker.
Yeah. I think the first game is Denver, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Broncos. I mean, the Browns are a little wounded at the moment. Like you said earlier, the quarterback Baker Mayfield is not ready to go, and I think they lose their running back. Hunt, I think he's out also. So the Broncos basically, they will think they have a very good chance to steal one in Cleveland.
I'm not going to go against it. So that game is going with the Broncos for me.
I went with the Broncos last time and let me down still. So honestly, I'm going with the Browns. And the reason why I'm going with the
Your
Browns,
team.
yeah, but not just that. I'll be objective right now. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel say I don't think the Broncos are going to get it done offensively. I know the defense is there. And where is it in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cleveland will get going, and Cleveland is going to be desperate. And here's a little thing we have to look out for now, Mr. Special Edition. I hope you're listening to this. Odell Beckham Jr. has had a bad rapport with Baker Mayfield, right? This is just for the drama now. If Case Keenum comes in and Odell Beckham gets all over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game, there is gonna be a whole lot of drama. We don't know what's gonna happen, but I think that Case Keenum, because Case Keenum used to play with the guy Diggs in Minnesota and Thielen, and he got that before Kirk Cousins. He got those guys the ball, right? Can he do it again? I think he will. Case Keenum's up. He's a backup quarterback. Let's face it. He's a backup quarterback. I think the defense will bounce back for Cleveland. Miles Garrett, Clowney and the boys, right? Denzel Ward and the boys. I think they'll bounce back. They're missing their 2 starting running backs, which is a problem, but their third stringer is not bad. I can't remember his name right now. And I feel like Case Keenum will get the ball to ODB, and it's going to be a good game for Cleveland.
Not a game that I will bet on, but I'll go with the Broncos like countryman.
All right, so I'm going with Browns. Country's going with Broncos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris Lynch going with Broncos. All right, next game.
They will see the Chiefs at the Titans. This is going to be a very good one. The Chiefs, if they really want to show us that they can survive against good defense and all of that, they have to come to this game. And if they lose, they have to show us that they don't give up a lot of points as well. They can lose, but they have to show us that they're getting better week to week with that defensive situation. What do you think, G-Star? I have the Chiefs winning this one against Derrick Henry.
Yeah, man. I have the Chiefs winning. Didn't they play in the playoffs a couple years ago? Right?
Yeah.
And the Chiefs showed their
different team now, though.
Yeah, man. Different team, slightly. Basically, all the key players are still there now. All the key players are still there. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. And then why? Keeping it simple. Patrick Mahomes versus Patrick Mahomes versus Ryan Tannehill.
You wanted to say Derrick Henry?
Yeah, no, man, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes all day. So Chiefs for me.
We have Washington. You go ahead, Coach.
As we said before, the Chiefs have all the intangibles. I can't see them being 3-3, or should not be 3-3. Mahomes, as you said, is supposed to be that QB that is supposed to be the face at the front at the NFL upcoming. Kelsey, that running back. I think they have too much weapons for them to not to win this game. So I'll be going with the Chiefs in that respect.
All right, so that's a clean sweep for the Chiefs. But gentlemen, let me say this Let me say this before we go on. When you're watching NFL games on a week to week, if you want to get all of the picks right, you're going to have to pick upsets. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking for all of us and in general.
Yeah. There are upsets every week
in the NFL. So we can't just speed up favorites and say, boy, so it's always interesting, right? What upsets were last week. But yeah, let's keep it moving.
Washington versus the Packers. So Washington at Green Bay.
All right. Aaron Rodgers told the Chicago Bears fans, I own you. I still own you. Right? So what do I think about the Washington football team? What do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to do to that team? He's going to own them as well. That's an easy victory. That is one of the sure six. If Diego's paying attention, that's a sure six.
Pick 5 or pick 6. That's the first game he should have done.
Yeah, man. Packers all day in a row.
To go against that bad man in Green Bay. And Washington has not done anything for me to say, boy, could this be the game that they're going to upset the Packers? So no, I'm going Mr. Rogers with this pick.
Yes, man. That's a clean sweep for me also. I have nothing to add to your countryman thing.
All right.
You have the
What is
Bengals at the Ravens.
countryman?
Ah, we were just talking about the gentleman that is.
Lamar Jackson, man, on the done, man.
You see the one time management pop in was when it is
Yeah,
hard
This is a
at
good
home.
game. This
It
is a
is
good game.
hard at home to oppose Lamar Jackson. As good as the Bengals are now up and coming, you know. I think they're what 4-5-1 as well, or 4-2, whatever.
yeah, four and
Four
two
and
for the
two.
Bengals.
Yeah, it is difficult for me to how the Baltimore Ravens are playing. So it's going to be difficult for me to say, boy, not to give him this win. So for me, it's going to be the Ravens at home.
Yeah, I think the Ravens at home is hard to go against. There's Highgate hailing your countryman. Highgate
Ah,
will be. Highgate is not leaving Lamar Jackson off his pick this week. He did last week, but this week
really?
I am sure against Joe Burrow, Highgate is going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with this pick.
Okay.
So I have the Ravens also. I am sure G Star probably have the Ravens. The Ravens also.
Yeah.
Oh, there is G Star. The Ravens. Your Ravens pick. Your Ravens Bengals. Bengals.
This is the Bengals or the
Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the line. You have the line, or by the any chance, Chris Lynch?
The line.
You have the line on that game. All right, hold on. All right, let me go with. Again, go with the.
-6.
Again, go with. Again, go with the. Again, go with the upset. I go with the Bengals.
And there goes G Star first upset for this week. I can't see that happening, people. I can't see Joe Burrow. Basically, Lamar Jackson had a very good outing last week at home. This week he's looking to have this ball more in his hand, looking to run again. And I think he will dismantle this Bengals team.
So G Star is going with the Bengals.
Yeah, he's going with the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the upset. Where is it? In Baltimore?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going with the upset in this one. I think that the Bengals, they almost won against Green Bay. They've had some decent wins this season. Joe Burrow is playing like a star. Give him credit. Offensive line could be a little bit better, but they're running into shape. The running back is a star, potential superstar. Joe Mixon. So I'm going with the Bengals with a good pick.
Then we have the Panthers against the Giants.
Panthers against the Giants. Boy, this one. Here we are. The Panthers. Where is it?
It's at the Giants.
I'm going with the Giants. Why? I'm going with the Giants. The Cardinals are 3-3 and they are sliding, right? And the Giants came off a horrible game, right? It's a psychology of sports I'm really going with still in this game. The Giants are coming off a horrible loss.
G Star is not the Cardinals, it's Carolina Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah, man, that's what I mean. Yeah, man, the Panthers are sliding. I made a mistake. Panthers are sliding. And then now the Giants need a big time victory. They're really, really struggling, right? They need a victory. And I think they're going to come up aces in this game. I'm gonna pick the Giants. With this one.
I go with the Panthers to end their three game losing streak against a awful. I don't like to pick against awful defense, but like G Star said, they have upset every week, and this one could be one of them. I think the Panthers go favorite, but I go with the Panthers.
All right, so you're going to Panthers.
This is not a difficult pick because as I said, Chris, the Panthers were on a 3-game slide. It's not happening for the Giants, so it's going to be to who wants it more. Even though it's going to be in New York, I'm going with the Panthers. I think they'll overcome and beat the Giants.
So I'm just writing this down. The game before, who you guys pick the Bengals or the next side?
Ravens.
You pick the Bengals.
And
You pick the Bengals.
Yeah.
Countryman,
Ravens.
Ravens, and
Yeah.
and Chris Lynch, you pick the Ravens too.
Yeah.
All right, all right. So next one now.
Atlanta Falcons versus the Dolphins.
I'm going with this one. I'm going with the Falcons. I'm going to Falcons. I'm not a believer in Tua, none at all. Tua, he had over 300 yards last game, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, I think, and they still lost. And the team seems demotivated right now, right? And the Falcons are playing a little bit better. The Titan, the rookie, Kyle Pitts, a stud receiver coming out of the University of Florida. He's a stud. They're playing a little bit better. I don't know if Calvin Ridley is back. He should be. I think he should be back by now. Anyway, I'm
G
going with
Star.
I'm going with the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons with this one.
G Star. I think Special Edition has been making his picks as well.
So he wanted you to keep his.
Right. So he's saying that you need to keep his pick because he said here he says that you're not tracking his picks. So he picks he picks the Ravens.
No, man. You
Yeah.
go back through it and then you can just message it to G Star.
Okay. And he
Just
has,
just go back through the messages and then message the picks to G Star. But G Star going to keep it as of now.
okay,
Yeah, don't worry,
okay.
about Mr. Edition. We're tracking it. Yeah, we're tracking it up now, Mr. Special Edition.
So you just go back through it, Mannings, and then do what you have to do.
And we apologize, Mr. Special Edition, okay?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
This is where I think two teams that they think that each of them has to win this game. This is a game winnable for both teams. I think the Falcons come in as the favorite. It's a game in London, I think, G Star. Is that correct, right? This is the
I
London game.
believe so, yeah.
It is the London game. I am going with the Dolphins.
All right. So he has this is Special Edition G Star. He has Tennessee, Green Bay, Ravens, and Giants. Those are the games you have covered so far.
Yeah.
What about the Chiefs? No, I've never mentioned nothing about the Chiefs. The Chiefs game and the Broncos versus Browns.
Okay, all right. So those four he has, and then he'll send the rest.
Oh,
all
yes,
right?
Titans. No, sorry, yes, Titans. Yes, Titans. Yes,
Yeah,
Titans
Yeah,
over
the
Chiefs.
Titans over the Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah. And he has
This
Green
game
Bay.
for me, I have a connection with
Miami.
my hometown. So, I struggle to because I know they gave that one away. To coming back. But isn't it where the Dolphins played last year? They were played in England as well. Wasn't that game played there? The Dolphins game last.
I don't think this one is the England game. I think the last week game was.
Yes. So
the Jacksonville versus
Well, yeah. So I am going with the Dolphins this week. I am throwing my hat up in there. I'm going with the Dolphins this week.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Dolphins. About you, Lynn?
Yeah, Special Edition picked the Browns, and he picks Miami Dolphins as well.
All right, Special Edition. Sorry, Chris Lynch. Just the last two, Special Edition. Give us the Bengals, Panthers, and Dolphins, Falcons, and then we're back on track.
He's picking the Dolphins. There you go.
All right, and then the Bengals versus
the
Bengals versus who?
Panthers, right?
He picked the Panthers, I think.
All right, keep it moving, Lynch.
I think we have New York Jets at the Patriots. Two rookie quarterbacks come up against each other.
Belichick used to coach there.
For the second time this season, I must say, my bad.
I think Belichick is smarting from that defeat. I know he took the boys through the paces this week. Not looking forward to see him getting another beat like that. So, Jets woeful. I am going with the Patriots.
You going with the Patriots?
Yeah.
All right.
Going with the Patriots as well. After that disappointing loss against the Dallas, I think this is if Bill thinks about the playoff, this this game is one that he has to take away from this rookie quarterback Zach Wilson, and Matt Jones has the pride to know that he has to win this one for his coach. So I expect Matt Jones to play better, and I'm looking forward to watching this one. But I go with the Patriots.
All right. For me, no, I'm going the Patriots. The thing are a bad team, a very bad team right now. The Jets. The Patriots are just better coach, a better organization. And Matt Jones is playing he's playing a quarterback position better. And the Patriots are putting up more fight. So clean sweep, Patriots.
Countryman, you said the Patriots answer,
Yeah, man,
right?
definitely. Belichick not going to get beat by this team. I can't guarantee that one.
And then we have the Eagles at the Raiders.
Are they here?
And Chris Lynch, because we have around 5 minutes, but we have some Highgate saying something right there in a special edition saying that he has a Patriot winning. And for the Giant game against, I think the Bengals, he picked the Giants as well. But Highgate is saying that he can't go.
Belichick cannot go to the playoff without Brady.
Yeah, man, I see that. By the way, Highgate, get in your picks too, number Dan. We're keeping track, Get in your picks. All right, let's just try run through it faster.
Yeah. We're not going to do much analysis of these last 5 games. We're just going to get the picks in.
Okay.
The Eagles, Raiders.
Eagles, Raiders.
Where's the game?
At the Raiders.
Raiders.
Eagles.
I go with the Raiders. And then we have the Lions and the Rams at the Rams.
Rams.
Rams. Our next game, Diego would want that to is pick 5, pick 6, I think.
That's an easy one. Rams. That's all of us say Rams.
And then you have the Bears at the Buccaneers.
Well,
Buccaneers.
We just hear him say Tom Brady or whatever, so Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's another sure one.
Next game, I think
but you didn't say Bucks for you? Bucks for you, Lynch?
Say Rams.
Yeah.
And special edition for the Buccaneers and
Bears.
Tampa. He said Buccaneers.
And then we have the Texans. We have the Texans at the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Cardinals.
That's another sure pick.
Yeah.
Cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Cardinals for me also, G-Star.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Colts at the 49ers.
Why my team is in I don't know what to
say.
Colts at the 49ers is going to be a good one.
Cracker. Yeah, man, it's a cracker. It's a Sunday night game?
It's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, man.
49ers. 49ers.
Where is it? In San Francisco.
It's at the 49ers. It's in San Francisco.
This is a cracker. This is a pick 'em still. I can go with the course.
G-Star, I'm going with the 49ers.
All right.
And then the last game.
49ers.
Yeah. The last game on Monday night.
Yeah.
Is the Saints at the Seahawks.
Going to
Saints.
No,
I'm going with the Seahawks as an upset. This is my
Russell
upset.
Wilson playing? Russell Wilson not playing.
No, he's out for the next couple of weeks. Man.
No, he's out.
All right, so I'm definitely going with the Saints because you don't hear they're trying to bring in Cam Newton the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Saints. Who are you going with? You say you're going with the Seahawks, Chris Lynch?
I'm going with the Seahawks.
You say that's an upset special.
Yeah, that's an upset special.
And then we don't get nothing from special edition. So special edition, we're missing about 3 from you.
We're missing 49ers and the 49ers Colts game and then the Saints Seahawks game.
Yeah, and he's missing Raiders versus the Eagles. I don't think he didn't say that. I didn't get that one from him. Right, Chris Lynch, not Chris Lynch, sorry. If you're listening, you can get it to me offline, the picks offline. So last week, no. let's just run through them, Chris Lynch, so we can keep the
Yeah.
numbers. Since we're almost finished.
Their
Let's keep
special
track, man.
edition giving you his picks that
It's
he
the
made.
Colts
All right, pick the Colts, and then we're about and
and the
Colts and
Saints.
Saints.
And the Saints.
So Raiders versus Eagles, the edition. So let's go back, Chris Lynch. Countryman, you're going to start from this week, right?
All right.
So Chris Lynch, so run through the games last week now, so I can tabulate the numbers.
We had the Buccaneers. I think me and you had that pick.
All right, so we had the Bucks, which was right.
Then the Dolphins against the Jaguars. I didn't remember. I think I went with the Dolphins if I'm being. I think I went with the Dolphins if I'm being honest.
The Dolphins, the Jaguars. Yeah, and I went with the Jaguars for them first win.
Yeah, I think you went with
Yeah,
them.
guys.
And then we had the
Hold on, Chris Lynch.
Yeah.
We have Diego Ogilvy for a quick call, because you know we soon wrap up. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're on a couple of minutes. So go ahead, Diego Ogilvy.
Yes, indeed. Big up the situation. The NFL specialist crew, man. Hold on, Countryman, show you have the knowledge of the thing. This Lynch and G-Star are no good enough.
Did you win last week, Diego, with the show 6?
Right, money, like I mean, I hear them enough.
They're hearing you, man. So just shoot your question, and then what you can do is listen to their response. Yeah.
We need the pick six. I can't tune in late enough. We need the rainbow pick six again.
That's what they're giving you. That's what they're giving you right now. So if you're listening, they're gonna give you the pick six right now.
All right. G-Star, I agree. Let's give him
Hold on a sec. He's not hearing the G-Star, so that's what.
Ask him if he won last week. Ask him if he won last week, Manixman. With the pick six.
Yeah, he got all the picks. Right. Yeah.
The Giants game.
49ers Colts game.
You want the pick, so you want to pick for the Giants game and the 49ers Colts game.
That's a pick. Tell them that's a pick.
And then you want them to give them rainbow pick six. I don't know what that is.
The short six.
All right. All right then. All right. So listen up, and they're going to do that right now. All right. So listen up, and they're going to answer you right now. All right, there, Diego. Cool.
So the picks that we give Diego last week, everything came through. But what Diego didn't have the spread covered on that Steelers game. He bought the spread on the game and it didn't come through. So I think he won less money than he would have won had he got the spread right in that game. He would have been an American billionaire if he had got Big Ben had turned up.
And listen, guys, we have like 1 minute to go because we have an extra coming up.
So, yeah, G-Star. So we basically have a pick Diego thing and
we'll go through
our pick.
Yeah.
I guess that.
All right.
But you
so
agree with the Texans and the Cardinals. So the Cardinals are one.
Yeah. The Bucks versus whoever they're playing. We're all about quick clean sweep for that one.
2.
Right?
Rams versus Lions.
Yeah.
3.
We're all of the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots is a good pick. And you have the Packers against Washington.
And the Packers against the Washington. That's 4.
How many is that, man?
That's 5. Sorry, that's 5. That's 5. So the sure is really a sure 5, not a
and
sure
I'm
6.
still going with the Ravens against Bengals if you want 6.
You think that's sure? I would go with the Chiefs over Titans. I would
go with a Raven. I know that you're upset specialist in that one, but if you really want 6, I think Countryman probably agree.
I agree.
You'd agree? Country?
Yeah, with the Ravens, I agree. They have to lose.
Ravens over the Bengals as opposed to the Chiefs over the Titans.
That one is I think that one is more a risk game, G-Star.
That is true.
All right.
I'm going to lose with the Ravens until they let us down. I feel that way.
The Chiefs touching home. But fair enough. Well, hey, guess what? The beauty of this is a week-to-week league. I will find out next week who was right, who was wrong.
If we blundered.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, Countryman and G-Star. So it was a good second week. See, I get on special edition and plenty more people in the chat room. It was a great second week. Diego won money. I get won money. A lot of people winning money from these picks. It's a serious thing in a Countryman. Bet
I realize.
the NFL is a money sport. A lot of games
Yeah,
you can
hey,
win a lot of
we
money
need to
from it.
start a pool. Chris Lynch, we need to start a pool, even the 5 bills, and whoever pick the bet the most right win the pot.
There you go.
Yeah,
We have to
you're
have
doing
something
it.
to shoot for.
Yeah, man. I am sure
Even though
pool.
it's,
I am sure pool.
yeah,
I am sure
only thing is
NFL
that
pool.
man is a pastor, so we never get him involved in our betting game. We take him off screen whenever we're talking about bet.
There you go.
No,
There you go. So
management can pick. Him can pick. Him just
I
don't
ain't on
put his money
picking. This is
down.
not no. I only thing I pick is balloon. Pick by chance and pick balloon, Bridget.
I hear you, my
Yeah,
boss.
man, it's man. But it
All
was
right.
a great show again, and we thank you for the opportunity again. We got
Yeah.
Countryman and we miss Pastor this week. I guess Pastor is a little busy. But we'll see him next week again, week 8, when some more intriguing games come again.
Yeah, man. And
For
All
thank you,
right,
me,
guys.
gentlemen.
Go ahead, country.
for me, I'm sorry I wasn't able to log on last week because of unforeseen circumstances. But gentlemen, it was a pleasure. I like the format. I like what is happening, and certainly you'll see me like on a week-to-week basis.
There you go. So people, there you have it. The gurus of NFL football. They're not really good at soccer. You understand me? But we give them the credit where this is concerned. I know they would differ from that. But I want to thank all the persons in the comment section. Right? Remember, this is a new thing we're starting. We are the only show that offer this kind of content with the NFL. So you need to spread it. You need to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. So thanks to Countryman, Chris Lynch, and to G Star. And I mean, join us again next week, 11 a.m. Right? But what we're going to do when we end this stream, we're going to jump right over to our football people. And we have Dean Sewell live waiting to do an interview with us. We're going to jump onto that. But thanks again. Thanks to you all. Much respect from I Am Sure Sports. The work has just begun and we get better every day. Thanks to all the comment and all the moderators in the comment section. Be blessed, everybody. We're over and out. I Am Sure Sports.
Yeah.
Bless up, gentlemen. Yeah.